This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. This is example 24 of solving an equation containing fractions. So in this problem, man, 3 fractions, I'm definitely going to use the method of multiplying both sides of the equation by the least common denominator. It's the easiest way to solve an equation that has fractions because it eliminates the fractions. We call that clearing the denominator. So I'm going to multiply all the terms by the least common denominator, which is 8. So the least common denominator is 8. If you want, you could write that down. And so I'm really just multiplying all the terms by 8. I like to show what I'm doing by putting an 8 here. So remember, if you were thinking of distributing, you could say I'm going to have to do it to all the terms on both sides of the equation. So I have 8 times 7/8 plus 8 times 1/4 and 8 times 3/4. And when you multiply by the least common denominator, all the fractions, you should be able to cancel whatever was in the denominator. So those cancel. 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 8 twice over here as well. So I end up with just 7x plus, over here I just have a 2 left. Remember there's a 1 there. 2 over 1. And I got 2 times 3x is 6x. So I've got an x on each side of the equation. Now, you can either subtract 7x from both sides so that your x term will be on the left-hand side, or you can subtract 6x from both sides and, to get the x on the left side. Here's what I notice. If I subtract 7x, I'll have a negative number over on the right. So I'm just going to do it differently. I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides so that that will give me just x on the left side, which is awesome for the x part. But I don't want this plus 2, so I'm also going to subtract 2 from both sides. So on the right-hand side, 6x minus 6x is 0, so I just have negative 2. So my answer is x equals negative 2. Now, of course, you could have done it the other way. You could have said, since the constant's on the left side, I'll just subtract 7x from both sides. And that gives you 2 equals negative 1x. Or negative x. And then you'd have to multiply or divide both sides by negative 1 or take the opposite of each side to get negative 2 equals x. And then you would rewrite it as x equals negative 2 anyway. All right, so either way is fine. Let's go ahead and check our answer. Is negative 2 the correct solution? So we have 7/8 times negative 2. I'm going to write that as negative 2 over 1 plus 1/4. So we're just going to simplify the left-hand side first, and I got to decide if I want to cancel or not. I've got 4 over here. If I cancel, I'll have a 4 over here. So yeah, it looks like it's a good idea to cancel. So if I divide 2 by each of those, I'm going to get that 4 in the denominator, which is nice because I'll have a common denominator. But be careful here. You have a positive times a negative, so it's not going to be 7. It's 7 times negative 1. So that's going to be negative 7/4. Don't just put 7/4. In fact, I'm going to put 7/4. Let's say somebody made a mistake. Show what happens. What will happen if we do that? That gives us 8/4, which is 2. But when we do the right-hand side, I'm going to put a negative 2 over 1. I see I'm not going to get the same number on both sides. So you can cancel here 2 and 1. And that will give you again, 3 times negative 1, you might make a mistake and write 3 halves, which is wrong. Okay. Anyway, in any case, you could see it's not the same number. So you might catch this one. It was 3 times negative 1, so that's negative 3 halves, still not the same number. So that's a hint that go back and check your arithmetic, or it could mean you did the problem wrong. In this case, the arithmetic was done wrong. So let's do it correctly. 7 times negative 1 is negative 7/4 plus 1/4. Common denominator, so we have negative 7 plus 1. Adding a positive negative, that's negative 6/4. And then that reduces, 2 goes in both numbers, into negative 3 halves. So actually it does check. So like I've been saying, simplifying with fractions is actually harder than solving an equation that has fractions, because when you solve an equation that has fractions, you can multiply by the least common denominator and eliminate all the fractions before you start solving. So x equals negative 2 is correct. And writing it more formally, using a solution set notation, negative 2 is a solution. This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.